The first thing I did when I got to the tower was gather soldiers that are about to climb the actual tower itself. I wanted to get a perspective shot, so I brought my tripod as low as it can and started shooting upward. That way you can get a view of the soldiers in the foreground and somebody climbing the tower in the background. I tried to shoot in a frame, out of frame action. As you can see, one of the soldiers are rappelling down the side of the tower. When shooting in a frame, out of frame sequencing, it makes editing so much easier. As soon as he went close enough out of frame, I rushed the camera to the bottom of the rope where he's going to come into frame, and there you go. He comes right in a frame. Makes it for an easy edit point.
Alright, you have stretched out, you guys are fine.
Is it still slick?
No.
Here's another in a frame, out of frame type of shot. This time I'm actually on top of the tower. I believe I'm 85 feet in the air. I have very little space to move around, and I brought my tripod. I put my wide angle lens on, snap out. I angle the camera kind of like the previous frame so it matches. Again, I do that for editing purposes. Another in a frame, out of frame shot.
You're a star, man.
I'll re-angle the camera and I'll ask a question. How was
good.
it? Just pick it off the shotgun mic.
Try to get it from underneath. And then rotate it out.
At this point, I take the camera off the tripod. It makes moving around so much easier, especially in such a small space. While off the shoulder, it makes it a lot easier for me to follow the action.
Put it on this railing right here. Right.
I'll get shots of the action, and then I'll move the camera up to his face, so I'll have an easy edit
And then
point.
since this is a solid beam all the way down, you can just slide down. And throw a leg out over. Right.
From this point, I just let things unfold right in front of me.
All right. All right. So now you can kind of lean down on that ID, right? All right. So why don't you do something for me? Put your hands up. It's got you, right?
Yep.
Fully comfortable?
Oh, yeah.
The gear, remember, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. All right. Go down very nice and easy. Control rate of speed. If you hear me hollering at you, just slow down a little bit. All right. Very good.
Yep.
I'll control your spin. Right. So nice and easy. Very, very squeeze. Right.
Remember to always follow the action.
Right. If you want, you can watch that rope and kind of check your speed every once in a while.
Okay.
All right. Got you. All right. Go down 5 more feet. Stop right there. Allie, is that far enough?
No, can I get a little scotch down some more?
A little bit further, and remember to lock out your ID when you stop, okay?
Can I get a thumbs up? Can I get a 2 thumbs up? Trust your equipment. Trust your equipment.
There you go, brother.
There you go.
All right, going down.
So I'll let him slowly go out of frame as much as I can. And then I'll move the camera
Right there.
to the hand, so that'll be another edit point if needed.
Get the yeah, you get
And then I'll throw a question out there.
Do you tend to have to give a lot of pep talks?
sometimes people get a little bit nervous just because, I mean, you're at 85 feet and, you know, you're hanging on a rope. The only thing is these ropes are rated at tremendous weights. That beam can probably hang a Toyota Tacoma from, and I mean, even the weakest piece of gear being the carabiners are, I mean, those are rated at 5,000 pounds. So, I mean, there's really no risk. You're safer with this gear than you were driving over here. So, I mean, once you kind of talk people through it a couple times, they're just like, oh, okay. You know, we teach them all this stuff in class, and then when they have to put it into practice, you really, really got to trust your gear. So, and we always double back them up too. So in like The real world, they wouldn't necessarily need an ASAP while they're climbing on the ladder, which is that device that hangs from your back. They could just come up on the lad safe, but anytime you come off of something, you have to connect something else first. So you're always 100% tied off.
How's he doing?
He's doing good. He's all the way down already. So it was a good drop. He had good speed too. Some people creep. They just, you know, little bit, and they're just not totally comfortable yet. But we come back out later on in the course, about week 6 or week 7, and I mean, everyone's just dying to get back out here because they're just like, oh, that was so awesome, you know. But the first time, everyone's super nervous. So. All right, so.
I'll take a couple of shots while on top of the tower, waiting for the next climber to get there. Another kind of perspective shot, somebody looking up from the ground. Apparently he's vaping. I didn't notice that until now. Cool guy. I'll get a couple more shots of people going down the rope. Wide shot to again establish where I am. The wide angle helps me a lot, and I actually tend to use it a little too much, I think. I'll go ahead and get another climber going down, this time an extreme wide shot. This time I'm going to have the background in focus with the foreground out of focus, so that way when I'm editing and I need to go in between climbers, you won't really be able to tell who's who. So, and again, somebody's coming in a frame, slowly, and then out of frame. When I have a chance, I'll ask the guy a couple of questions because he's mic'd up.
What are you doing here today?
Pretty obvious question.
Rappelling, having people go down and descend. So this is like our confidence climb. Because if you're not confident in the gear, everyone sits there and does this. So. I actually went through the Tehachapi course because we have another class that goes through down in Tehachapi, California, and they have, it's just an 85, it's like an 80-foot lattice tower, right? So it's just beams that are, you know, bolted together, and when you go down like this, you're basically walking down the tower. So like when I got hired here, and they were like, "Yeah, you're just gonna do this," I was like, "Okay, let's just," you know, it was like my first class, and Matt was just like, "All right, man, you're going down first." I was like, "Well, all right, I guess I'll get that done." So.
What are we on right now?
After Jeremiah comes down,
Yeah. Sounds good. You good with that?
Yeah.
Do one more?
Yeah, one more.
All right.
Real quick, where are we? What are we on top of?
On top of the world? No, I'm kidding. That's Randy. He's at 150. JBLM water tower right next to WADS. So we're at 85 feet up on the platform. Is it 82.5? 82 feet 5 inches. Right? Right? Does that sound good? All right, that's good.
Is it fun looking down?
Yeah, it's a cool view. I mean, we're right at the top of the tree line on JBLM, so get up to the top up there, it's today would just be a killer view. I mean, you can see Rainier, which is right over here. You've got the Peak of Baker way off in the distance if it's really clear, not hazy. You can see the entire Cascade Range, and then behind us, you can see the entire Olympics. Like, it's definitely the best seat in the house by far. So, other foot up first.
At this point, I'll just get some interaction between him and the climbers that I can use
Yep,
while
just like
editing as
that.
a soundbite or a nap pop.
All right, so slowly sit down in your ID. So it's got your weight. Right, you feel it kind of tight right there. Your brake set, good?
Yeah.
How you feeling?
Yep, feeling good.
All right, so we're gonna wrap that right there. All right, hands up. Feel good, right?
Feel good.
All right, so you're gonna go down super slow, right? First time,
All right.
go down real slow, nice and smooth the whole way. Don't try and do the low rider or hydraulic type thing,
Okay.
right? Just nice and smooth all the way down. You're gonna get a little bit more bounce when you get towards the end of the rope, just because it's more material, more rope, right? So when you're going down, remember, don't overlap your fingers. Go fingertip to fingertip, because human nature is, if you're making a fist, you're gonna want to squeeze. If you squeeze, it's not gonna do anything,
So
right?
burn your hand.
Yeah, probably, right? So when you come up and over, just go down nice and slow. Just find that sweet spot and just ease all the way down to the bottom. Sound good?
Okay, we're good.
Going ready. So you're gonna go about 10 feet underneath this beam, and you're gonna give Allie a thumbs up or a double thumbs up. But remember, anytime you stop on that rope, you set that brake all the way over.
All right.
Sound good? All right, so nice and smooth, right?
See that warrior face.
Warrior face.
Let's go, hero.
Yeah.
There you go. Yep. That'll kind of keep you off the tower a little bit. So that's a good speed right there. Stay right there. Stop right there.
Can I get a thumbs up? Are you locked?
Good job. Yep.
Double thumbs up.
Good job locking it out, man.
Again, some more in frame and out of frame shooting,
All right, I'm gonna make sure you're not spinning. All right, slow and
some
smooth.
match
all the way to the bottom.
action
All right.
Going
that I'll be able
ready.
to edit to.
It's a good speed right there. Keep going. This, both of them, so I know that you're confident in the gear. And yeah, and then slow and steady rappel to the bottom. And have fun, for God's sakes, man. Because this is awesome, right? Oh, hold on. You gotta get your hook off.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, you wouldn't make it super far with that. Here, I'm gonna pass it around. All right, there you go. All right, brother.
Yep.
Yep, feet over.
Yep.
All right. Put your feet on the tower for me. Let's walk. Can you walk? There we go. Other foot. Right. So. Do a high five. All right, man. All right. So basically, we're gonna go down. You're gonna go down about 10 feet underneath this crossbeam. Allie's gonna take an awesome American hero shot of you.
All right.
All right. So if you wanna do the double thumbs up again, that's on you. I'm gonna control your spin all the way to the ground. Remember, slow is smooth, smooth is fast. Don't make me come get you. I do not want to perform a rescue today.
Well, I mean, you know, you
It's
trained
good.
us,
It's good
so
training, but
have some of them do it.
all right. Sis. Yep. Good. Good. Good.
All right.
You stud.
10 feet.
Right. Got your spin. All right. Right about there. Lock it out. There you go. All right, if you're done with your glamour shoot, we can get on with the day here. All right, I got your spin, slow and smooth. A little bit slower than that, dude. There you go, all the way to the bottom. No, he's good.
So we start to interview one of the climbers from the ground.
No. So I got high
And
school
I
to
didn't
college,
quite get
and
the
after
shot that I wanted. I wanted a perspective of how how tall the tower is compared to him.
I went Chapin College and
It's still not really quite what I wanted, but it's the best I can do.
So your military days are numbered. You got what, 6 more months or so? You said.
Yes, 6 more months.
Okay.
And then after that, I get out.
What's been your job? What's been your duties since you've been enlisted?
Since I've been enlisted, so basically when I first enlisted, I started off as a driver for a tank, basically, just kind of dumb it down. And then I actually didn't get stationed on a tank. We came over to Fort Lewis, and they have something called a mobile gun system. It's kind of like a baby tank, in other words. And I started off as a driver, transitioned, and I actually became a gunner now. So you go through like the steps or whatever, and you start off as a driver, then you become a loader, then you become a gunner. After that, you become a tank commander. So right now I'm actually just the third position, so I'm a gunner, and I just go and just shoot stuff and kind of have fun with that.
For the last 4 years or so, you've been all about a tank.
Yeah.
That's been your deal. This is a much different animal.
Yeah, much different.
What are you doing out here today?
Right now we're actually just climbing to actually get certified on this, and just getting actual like live experience, because when you go back to the actual station, they have like a simulated one, but it's only about 20-30 feet. And this actually gave me a real life experience on something that's gonna be more realistic. Something that's about like 85 to 150, and they go as high as I think they said 1,700 feet. So it's just giving you a small feel of what you might be getting yourself into.
What is it like? You look up there, you see your comrades going up there. I mean, what's this been like for you? Your heart beating a little bit?
No, I'm actually pretty calm about this. It seems pretty relaxed. It's a beautiful day. It's pretty calm. So just go up there, smile, enjoy it, make the best of it.
That's a pretty good attitude. I got you. And this is something you don't want to just do today. You're thinking about this as a post-military career, right?
It's something actually I'm looking into. I actually want to go back into school and continue other things I want to like look at. But this is something I actually have a passion about, because it actually gets you motivated, gets you excited about like starting your day. So I mean, if I do want to make a career and do long term, something I can do. If I want to go into school and do something else, I could also do that.
Gotcha. But you get that certification.
Oh yeah, you get more than one. You get, I think, at least 10 certifications in a variety of like things. So
give us a rundown. What else have you learned through the program?
so you learn like a lot has to do with this, but you have to like first off you start with like first aid, CPR type things. You do a whole bunch of OSHA classes. You do rigging, so you learn like a lot about knots. And actually, I think out of this, we're gonna do AC/DC theory, and there's just a huge list. I can't name all of them off the top of my head, because when you first go into the class, they give you a list of like everything you get certified on, and there's at least 20 things on it.
It's good that they do this, because there was a time where the military didn't care about you post-military.
Yeah.
Thanks for your service. See you later. But they're here helping you. This is on military time, on military property, military climbing here.
Yeah.
It's pretty good they do this.
Yeah, I think it's actually awesome. So it's helping a lot of soldiers transition, makes a lot of things easier. So that when you actually get out, you're not just scrambling around, not knowing what to do. You actually have a plan. You have something to go and actually go forth and succeed in life with. So.
Good luck. All right.
All right, thank you.
Hit that tower.
Hey, Sam, you did great,
felt
man.
like I
You're a
just-
rock star, bro.
I just winged it all.
That's not easy to do.
I didn't even know what was going on at first. So like I think it started.
At this point, we just follow him as he
talking.
climbs the tower. He's mic'd up.
There's a light. We don't like that. 'Cause that just makes
What are you about to do?
About to climb the tower, man. It's only 150 feet, so it's not too bad.
Straight up, though.
What's
Yeah.
that? It's only what?
150 feet, so it's not too bad, man. So let's go up. You gotta go to 85 too. Smile at the camera, get a little wave. Beautiful smile for the ladies, you know what I mean? And then keep going all the way up to 150. Secure yourself. Kind of just side to Randy, and just come back down. And then once you go back to 82.5 again, you just sound the ropes. Gotta do some little high-speed stuff.
No big deal, right?
No, it's another day at work, man. Another day at work.
What are you looking at?
I'm looking at a water tower right now. So it's about 150 feet up. Halfway through, you hit up 82.5. This little platform, you got a smile on the wave. Give a little nice smile. And then after that, you go all the way up to the top. Where you see Randy, secure yourself. Do the same thing all over. Get a good little view of the outside of it. And then you come back down to 82.5 again, where you rappel down.
Here's some more match action shots. He's about to climb the tower. I'll start to gather as many different types of shots of him climbing the tower as I can, while paying attention to everything that he's saying through my headphones. Headphones are key. I'm constantly rolling as well, just in case he says something as I'm moving around that I might be able to use later on while editing.
Alright, go ahead and keep that your lat safe.
I'll get a wide shot of the tower to help establish, again, the size of the tower.
So now I want you to do a little ballerina.
Boom.
I just start paying attention to what he's saying.
I haven't listened to some of this stuff, so I'll be able to.
Yep.
Good?
This is again going to lead to the in a frame, out of frame, match action type of shooting that I've been doing.
Like a ninja.
Perfect. That's something I would definitely use in the story. Just little things like that help add to the story.
I'm going to control your spin all the way down. Hold on 1 second. Make sure this doesn't flop on your way. Remember how I showed you guys how to do this in class?
Yes, sir.
I don't know who's doing that.
I think we're just being a little lazy right now.
Alright, so hang down so the weight's got on the ID here. Sit down into it.
La 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 la.
Alright. Slow
4,
stand.
5, 6, 7, 9.
Always.
I think we can get your ass.
Lock up.
Lock it up nice and smooth and steady and slow all the way down.
Oh.
You're going to go down about 10 feet underneath this beam.
Mhm.
And then you're going to give Ellie a nice big thumbs up. When you stop, make sure to lock that out.
Okay. I'm gonna readjust my seat real quick.
Yep.
He'll start to descend. Again, out of frame.
Got these subjects my squats. That's cool. Was getting too big. Yeah, right. All right. On the way down there.
All the way there, about 10 feet below this beam so Ellie can see you. Alright, start going down. On that sweet spot, right?
Yep.
He slowly starts to go down, and I know at this point I'll be able to cut to the GoPro of him sliding down. Goes out of frame.
Oh.
Almost.
Oh. All right. Have a good one, guys. Always. All right.
Slowly starts to go down. I'll get another angle of him going down. Again, going into frame. I'm also paying attention to what he's saying because he's kind of a character, and you kind of really never know what's gonna come out of his mouth.
Oh, okay. Hello, gentlemen.
That's a nice little net right there. I definitely will be using that in the story.
Very nice. Like that?
That as well.
If you just back up just a tiny bit.
Are you planning on staying in the?
No. Going back.
We'll re-interview him so he can tell us what it was like going down the tower.
Oh, without a doubt. Like you can look just anywhere. You get telecommunications, you got tower climbers, you have wind turbines. So you can literally just go and just use all the certificates and go anywhere with that degree. So in one of those fields, or you can just use some of the certificates you get and transition to other aspects of the world.
It pays well too, right?
Oh, without a doubt.
Get your heart pumping at least. I mean, you seem pretty like.
I changed the angle because I wasn't
Yeah,
really
I mean,
happy
some
with
people
it.
might be, but I mean, long as
There
you
was
do
going to be a
actually
climber
focus
going up the
you
tower, and
trust
I
it.
wanted to get the background in
Yeah.
focus and him in
Yeah.
focus,
I
and
don't
I
know
was
why
going
you
to throw a
scared.
question out
You
there
want to
like,
check it out,
hey,
either
what's he doing?
you fall
Something
and
like
you
that,
have a
but it
whole
really
other
didn't work
certified
out,
person
so
catch you, or you
I
trust it,
put him
and
back
it
into
does its job, and you
focus
just kinda just stand there.
in a second.
That's the thing. You gotta trust the equipment.
Yeah.
Know how to use it.
Of course. I mean, before you do anything, you always got to inspect your equipment, make sure everything's within standards, it actually does its job, everything functions and works properly. As long as you do your job, it's going to do its job.
And it doesn't matter if it's 100 feet or 1,700. It's the same deal.
Same deal.
Yeah, that works out well. So, any of the other aspects of what you learned, the electrical, I mean, what part is going to be most valuable for you out of those 10 certificates?
So, There's a lot more than 10. So far, we only went over about 3 or 4 of them. So the next upcoming weeks, we'll go over everything else. So far, everything went over, like first aid, you go over OSHA, you go over rigging. Everything's valuable because, I mean, everything is either something you either learned in the past and you're just relearning, reteaching yourself, or you're going to learn something. So no matter what you do, I always look at life in the bright aspect. So learn as much as you can, use as much as you can, just keep going. So everything's pretty valuable.
It'd be a different world for you post-military, but you can't work in a tank 9 to 5, right?
Yeah.
It's not yet.
That'd be awesome.
You're already
What's next for you?
What's next?
You can look at him, but
Oh, okay.
what's next for you?
Transition to the civilian world and actually using these. So I'm trying to get a job in Southern California and just keep on going on, spend more time with the family, keep doing this, go in the reserves, go back to school, and just keep loving and living life.
And having this experience, this certificate, I mean, it's huge. You don't have to start at ground zero.
No, you already have a base platform, and all you can do is just keep building. So something great to start off with.
Just like this, you're climbing a tower and you're getting a boost up the tower.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Some sort of life metaphor for you?
Oh, without a doubt.
Life's a tower.
Just keep on climbing.
Just keep climbing to get to the top.
There you go. Enjoy the view, right?
Always gotta enjoy the view, man.
All right. We really appreciate you being here.
He'll work his way down.
And it's BARNES, right? MATT.
Mhm.
What's your title with Airstream?
Training manager.
So we were just talking. I mean, a couple years ago, this wasn't happening.
This is the official sound. The kind of shot I wanted to get was a reflective shot, like a really tight shot on his sunglasses, because he kept looking up at the tower.
And then in the last 6 years,
He
JBLM
didn't really work
has
out, but that's kind of
continued
what
to
I was
add,
trying. That's what I was envisioning.
Enhanced career skills programs ranging from veterans in piping, welding, truck driving, commercial truck driving school. Microsoft has an academy here on base. Airstreams Renewables, the company that I run here on JBLM. So, and it's all in part of taking care of service members as they transition.
These guys are still active duty. God knows they're still needed in this world. But here they're taking time out of their military to learn something for post-military.
Right.
I know why they deserve it. You know why they deserve it. But explain to people at home and they say, wait a second, these guys are still supposed to be soldiering out there. And I mean, why is it important that we give these guys this training, guys and gal, this training for a career in their own work, in their private life?
So back in 2010, the Army was spending about $500 million in unemployment compensation. That equated to money taken away from training accounts, for lack of better terms. So by training a service member while they're on active duty allows them to gain the credible skills in an industry that they choose, and then be able to go out and get a job and decrease the amount of time that they may or may not be in an unemployed status. So they come through, they get the training that they need, and then whatever program they're going through here at JBLM and across the Army, we assist them in getting placed wherever they want to get placed at.
You're retired?
I am retired.
Retired. You were Army.
Army.
What was your rank?
I was Command Sergeant Major.
How long ago did you retire?
I retired a little over a year ago. So,
And you know, I mean, it's a tough transition, right? I mean, you've seen it from the instructor side and from the real world side. Explain that transition, because I think most of us think, well, hey, you go to the Army, you get good training, all sorts of things, and you easily get hired. I'd love to hire someone who has a military background, but it's a tough transition.
transition can be tough. It's a life-changing event, and you've got some of these kids that have been in for 4 years, 6 years, and then you've got folks like me that transitioned after 29 years. So anything that we can do to help these soldiers and service members get through the transition, it works out better for them and it works out better for their families.
What's the big deal? Isn't it just a different line of work, or I mean, you talk about life change. Why is it so hard to transition from this world to 9 to 5?
I think from transitioning from a military standpoint to a civilian sector, we're used to, quite honestly, getting up 6:30, before 6:30 PT, and everything's kind of regimented. And what you see in the civilian world, it's not necessarily so regimented. It's a little bit different from a civilian standpoint. So by being able to go through a program like this helps ease that burden on the service members as they go through their transition.
These guys, they could walk out of here with really nice paying jobs.
They can. So coming through Airstreams Renewables Incorporated, they primarily go into the wind industry, so wind turbines, or the telecommunications industry. So when they come out of here with the 10 certifications that they get from Airstreams Renewables Incorporated, we primarily place them in wind or telecom, and they're averaging, depending if they want to travel. If they want to travel, be a traveling wind tech, they can make about $22.50 an hour starting out as a Tech 1. That's on the high end. And then depending on what company they go to work for, they could make up to $110 a day in per diem. On the telecom side, it's a little bit less, anywhere about $17.50 to start out an hour. But what we find is that these soldiers and service members, because of their training in the military and the discipline that they've got, they're going from a Tech 1 up to a foreman in a matter of months.
That's great. And this is sort of like a final for them. I mean, you do a lot of training indoors, and then this is the only day in the 7 weeks that they're out on this apparatus. Right?
No, actually, so we're finishing up the second week of training right now, and then we're going to go into the electrical phase, and we've got a couple other things that we'll do over the next couple of weeks. But the last week of school, we'll come out and we'll actually climb the tower one more time and just reinforce everything that they've learned.
And this is a point where somebody really finds out if they like it or not, right? I mean, you
Yeah.
can train in a classroom, you can train in a gym.
Yep.
What have you seen today? Looks like it's gone perfectly, but have there been some folks who find out that this is not what they want to do?
We've had a couple folks, but from the instructor standpoint and from where I sit, it's reinforcing trust your equipment, trust your instruction, and then, as Eric said, go out and do it. We get, when they go over the edge at 82.5, it's a little unnerving if they've never done it, but I think you've seen today when they get down on the ground, they're pretty much all smiles, and normally they're itching to get back up.
I'll get one more shot of a soldier rappelling down, kind of a medium shot. Again, going in a frame.
Nice job, Paul.
Something I can easily edit to.
There you go. Slow and steady.
Paying attention once people are surrounding me. Slow and steady might be something I might use later. I'm not really sure at this moment.
I don't want to walk it out right now. No. There you go. Keep going.
If you do that, that'd be embarrassing.
Yeah, right? So close to the bottom. At least I can make a scene of it and be all the way at the top, right?
Like 2 feet to the bottom.
And he'll finally start to make it to the ground. Boom.
Oh, nice. Kick ass. That was fun.
Cool.
So there you go.
I love it when
Have
a plan
that.
comes together.
A little bit different yesterday.
And then, last but not least,
I didn't bring my lunch.
the moonshot, only because it looked cool. So there you go.
It's a little bit. It's a good bathroom. Oh, you got a good little digger there in your leg.
Well, that's from the river, and they just
Oh, jeez.
The guy said he recognized